Elizabeth, are you able to see my screen? Is my screen visible to you?
Yes.
Okay. Did you take a minute or two to go through this work?
I haven't.
Okay. Okay, I think we should start. Question one, what is a preposition? Elizabeth,
Yes.
what is a preposition? How do you understand by the term preposition?
Preposition is a short word which usually comes before a noun or pronoun. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you go on?
Teacher. Okay. I read all of preposition.
Yeah, so here, as you have just read, they say prepositions are short words which usually come before nouns or pronouns and the ing form of the verb. So, excuse me for a second. Okay, so these ones, they usually come before nouns, pronouns, or the verbs in form of ing. So these verbs that end in ing, they are called, could you be knowing the verbs that end, the words that end in ing, what are they called? Which tense are they?
Present continuous tense.
Okay. So they can be in present simple, they can be in present continuous. For example, he is coming, that is continuous. She is going, so that is present continuous tense. Okay, so we have got examples of prepositions. Could you give an example of preposition? Could you be knowing any? Yes. Elizabeth. Yes, Shani, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, Elizabeth. So I'm asking once again, even Shani, could you give me at least two examples of prepositions that you do know?
At.
Mm-hmm.
Into.
Could you be louder, please?
At,
Yes.
into,
Into, yes.
upon,
Okay.
along,
Okay.
between.
Okay, thank you. So, Elizabeth, you have given me one. You have said in. Do you have any other? Elizabeth, do you have any other preposition that you know?
Did she say between?
Yes, she said between.
I think I knew only two.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go here. Could you read these ones that I have on my screen?
In, on, by, at, under, near, onto, for, of, behind, into, to, of, against, with, etc.
Okay, thank you. So those are some of the examples. So I would request you to give me an example of a sentence, construct a full sentence using the preposition in, and then Shania, construct a sentence using on. So I start. Elizabeth, you're using in. Could you give me a sentence with in? Elizabeth? Shania? Shania?
Yes, please.
Could you construct a sentence using on?
On.
Yes.
Maybe like I go to the gym on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Could you pardon? Shania, could you pardon?
I go to the gym on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay, thank you. Be formulating using at. Okay. Elizabeth says the teacher has entered the class. Elizabeth, could you, when you are sending messages, please change and put message to all. Yeah. Okay. Because those ones you are saying, it is only me who can see them. Shania will not be able to see them. But you say the teacher has entered in class. There is some milk in the jug. Okay. So the first sentence, the teacher has entered in class. It does not sound okay, because when you say the teacher has entered in class, you just say, I have to say the teacher has entered the class, or the teacher has entered a class. So or you say the teacher is in the class. Yeah. So because they have told you that these prepositions, they come before a noun. One, like you can see here, preposition are short words which usually come before nouns or pronouns and the ing form of the verb. That means most times these the pronouns, all the time these prepositions are after or rather before nouns, pronouns, and the verbs in form of ing. So the first sentence, the correct form is the teacher is in the class. Yeah. So when you say the teacher has entered, you just put the class, you just put maybe an article plus the noun class. Okay, there is some milk in the jug. That is correct because the milk is in the jug, is inside. Okay, I go to Shania. Shania, art. You're using art. Let's be fast. Then Elizabeth, use by. Shania.
I sat at my table and ate.
Okay, she sat at the table. Okay, that is correct. Elizabeth.
Which one am I using?
By. Shania, you're using under. Elizabeth, are you
I
typing?
travel by bus every day.
I travel by bus every day. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Then Shania, you have under.
She sat under the table in the kitchen and cried.
She sat table in the kitchen and cried. So the sentence in, she sat under the table in the kitchen and cried. Okay, thank you. Elizabeth, you are near. You're using near.
Queen sits near Shania in class.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Shania.
Yes, please.
You're using on to. Okay. Elizabeth says Queen sits near Shania in class. Thank you. You are using on to Shania. Thank you, Elizabeth. It is correct.
The cowboy leaped onto his horse.
The cowboy leaped.
Yes.
Okay. The cowboy leaped onto his horse. Okay, so the preposition, Elizabeth, you can be formulating for for. Okay, so for Shani, I said the cowboy leaped onto his horse. That is very correct. Correct. So onto is being upon. It means upon or on top of. So that is the meaning of onto. So that means the cowboy jumped on top of his horse. Yeah. Okay. We go on. Elizabeth, you were using for.
Elizabeth has been looking for.
Could you pardon the last part?
Elizabeth has been looking for his pen since morning.
Okay, thank you. Elizabeth has been looking for his pen since morning. So the preposition for means because, it also means as, it also means since. So Elizabeth, rather Elizabeth has been looking for his pen. What are you looking for? When you want something, let's say there is a sentence like Elizabeth has bought a pen for Mary. So those sometimes these four it is confused to be a conjunction. It also acts as a conjunction, yes, because when you don't use because, you can use for, or as, or since. I've not seen you for 2 years. So if you say I've not seen you for 2 years, it means the other way is I've not seen you since 2019. Yeah. So for can also mean since, it can mean as, and it can also mean because, but that for is a conjunction. Okay, we go on. Of, Shania, using of. Shania,
Yes.
of.
Of.
Yes.
Mm, of.
Of, of.
Oh. She sat on top of the table yesterday.
Okay, thank you. She sat on top of the table yesterday. So the preposition of is used to express a distance or motion. So she sat on top of. So that means there is a distance, like where that person sat. Is it next to the table? Is it under the table? Is it so here you have used on top. So on top of what? On top of the table. Elizabeth, you're using behind. Then Shania, you'll use into. Elizabeth,
The
you're using
teacher
behind.
sat behind. The teacher sat behind the class.
Okay, the teacher sat behind the class. Thank you. The preposition behind means at the back of something or positioned with something else in front of it. So the teacher sitting at the back of the class means in front of the teacher, there were the students. So there were two things, there are two people, the student and the teacher. And so the teacher was at the back or was behind the student. Thank you. Shania, you're using into. Then Elizabeth, you're coming with two. Shania?
Yes.
Yes, you're using into.
He bumped into the teacher yesterday.
He bumped into the teacher yesterday. Thank you. So the preposition into can mean to or towards the side of. So towards the region of or against. So bumping into this guy did not intend to meet the teacher, but he just bumped into him. He just met the teacher abruptly or unexpectedly. Okay, thank you. Elizabeth, you're coming with the two. Yes. Hello, Elizabeth. Uh, she's gone off. Shania. Shania. Hello, Shania.
Yes.
Okay, could you use two?
Two.
Yes.
She went to school late yesterday.
She went to school late yesterday. Thank you. So the preposition to, it is used to indicate destination in the direction of, which direction has something taken or arriving at. So as you have used, she went to school yesterday, late yesterday. So she went to. So to is it shows the direction where that person went to school. Thank you. Elizabeth, are you back on? Elizabeth? Elizabeth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Could you use
Yes,
of,
teacher.
then we finish? Could you use of? Elizabeth? Hello? Okay. I go to church this Sunday. Thank you. You have used the two. Thank you. So I go to church means take the church direction. Thank you. So those are some of the examples. I thank you for constructing the meaningful sentences. So after this lesson, please, I cannot go through this video. I'll go on then in your free time. Please go through that video. I left off the school immediately. Okay, Elizabeth stays. Thank you. So the of, the preposition of means not positioned upon or away from the position upon. So you went off the school, you left the school. So it goes with the way away from the position that you're in currently. Thank you. So okay, Shania, could you read this prepositions, this sentence that starts with prepositions?
Prepositions are used to show relationship between one thing and another. They show the position or direction of someone or something. It is also important to note that some prepositions consist of more than one word.
Thank you. Read the examples.
Examples: I am going to town. Direction: the
Yes.
book is on the table. Proposition:
Positions.
stop
Yes.
looking at me. Direction: we got along with him very well. Compound preposition.
Thank you. So in the first sentence, I'm going to town. To is the preposition and it shows direction. In the second sentence, on is a preposition for position. Then at in the third sentence, so is a preposition for direction. And finally, along with is a compound composition. Compound composition means compound preposition means a preposition with more than one word. And so here we have along and with. Those are two. So it makes it a compound preposition. Elizabeth, could you read starting with here? Elizabeth?
Prepositions are also used. Prepositions are also used to express time. These answer the questions when.
Yes.
Examples: we arrived at 4 o'clock.
Thank
We
you.
arrived school in time to attend the lesson. They are meeting on Wednesday. I shall have completed this work by Sunday.
Okay. So those are some of the prepositions that show time or they answer the question when. So when is the meeting? The meeting is on Wednesday. When will you arrive? I will arrive by Sunday. When did you arrive at school? At what time do you expect to arrive at school? I will arrive in time. Then the exact time is I arrived at 4 o'clock. So please watch this video also to understand prepositions better. And secondly, do you know how to attempt assignments on the site? Shania and Elizabeth, do you know how to attempt an assignment on the site?
Yes.
Elizabeth, do you know? Yes, okay, please attempt this assignment and send it to me. There is this assignment on prepositions. Okay, I wish us to also get an exercise here. We do it together. Here is the first sentence. Elizabeth, could you read?
He sent his bicycle dash a boy he hardly knew.
Okay, what is the answer? Shania, be working on number 2. Elizabeth, what is the answer to number 1? He sent his bicycle dash a boy he hardly knew. So we have 2, we have 4, we have over and from. What is the correct answer?
He sent his bicycle to a boy he hardly knew.
Okay, thank you. That is correct. He sent his bicycle to a boy he hardly knew. Thank you. Shania? Shania?
Yes, please.
Okay. Could you read question 2 and give its answer?
The librarian could not account the missing books. The librarian could not account for the missing books.
Okay, thank you. That is correct. Thank you very much. So the librarian could not account for the missing book. Okay, we go on. Elizabeth, you're doing number 3.
Dismissed.
The clerk was dismissed dash his post.
Okay.
The clerk was dismissed off his post.
The clerk was dismissed off his post.
From.
Okay, the clerk was dismissed off his post. It is from. So the preposition from it means with the source or provenance of or at. So when you say the preposition of, let me see here. I said the preposition of shows not positioned upon or away from, position upon. So here you said the clerk was dismissed from his post. When you said the clerk was dismissed off his post, really it does not sound okay according to the English grammar rules. So he was dismissed away from his post. So we go on. Shania, number 4.
She is jealous of my success.
Okay, thank you. She is jealous of my success. So of that, because I read to you, I told you that of can also mean because. So she is jealous because of my success. So because goes off, and so we remain with of, and we say she's jealous of my success. Thank you, Elizabeth.
His savings were reduced to almost nothing by medical expenses.
Okay, thank you. His savings were reduced to almost. Yes, thank you. So the 2 is correct in there. Shania, number 6.
His savings were reduced to
No?
almost nothing. Number 6. Oh,
Yes.
now that he is old, he is very apt to forget.
Okay. Do you know what apt means?
Nope.
Suitable, appropriate, fit.
Okay.
Yes. Could you take get a next take?
He wrote his answer in ink.
No, no, number 6.
Oh,
Could you repeat your answer?
now that he is old, he is very apt to forget.
Okay, thank you. 2 is the correct answer there. Thank you. Elizabeth, number 7. Elizabeth?
He wrote his answer in ink.
Could you repeat it because you are breaking? Could you pardon Elizabeth?
He wrote his answer. He wrote his answer in ink.
Okay, that is correct. Thank you. He wrote his answer in ink. Shania, we mistook him.
We mistook him for the gardener.
Okay, thank you. So in here, in that sentence, it is tricky. We mistook him for the gardener, or we mistook him to be the gardener. So when you add to be, it means that the word to turns into a helping verb, because I think we studied about the helping verb to be. The words that, do we study that? The words that come out of the verb to be?
Yes.
Okay, so when you say we mistook him to be the gardener, that is a wrong answer because you have added another word to the word to. So in here it is we mistook him for the gardener. Thank you very much. Elizabeth, the new teacher. Elizabeth?
The new teacher is very popular.
Could you repeat? She's gone off. Shania, okay, she's back. Okay. Elizabeth, you went off. Could you repeat your answer, please?
The new teacher is very popular.
Okay, have you said something? Could you complete the whole sentence? Elizabeth, are you on? Liz? We can't hear you. Shania, could you try that same number?
The new teacher is very popular with his students.
Okay. Thank you. That is correct. The new teacher is very popular with his students. Could you go for number 10? Shania.
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, go on, please.
He persisted in his folly despite all the advice I gave him.
He persisted in his folly. Do you know what folly is?
No.
Folly is a mistake.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
So you said he persisted in his folly. So when you say the preposition in, it is used to indicate location, inclusion, position with spatial or temporal or other limits. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Mhm. So he continued in his mistake. Thank you.
Yes.
So he continued, persisted is to continue. So he continued with his mistake despite all the advice I gave him. So he continued with the mistake, even if we advised him. Thank you. So in is the correct one. Could you go for number 11? I'm sorry, Elizabeth has gone off. Number 11?
Okay. The road was so crowded with people that the traffic could not pass.
Okay. Thank you. That is very correct. Number 12?
The committee arrived to a decision after several hours discussion.
The
After
committee
several hours
arrived
discussion.
The committee arrived to a decision after several hours discussion.
Yes.
Do you arrive to or you arrive on? Can you say I arrived to Kampala?
No.
So it is the committee arrived on a decision. Let me see. Wait a minute. The committee arrived to a decision after several hours discussion. The committee arrived on a decision. Okay. Let me do something here between on and to. Those two, they are confusing in that sentence. Okay, it is on. The committee arrived on a decision after several hours discussion, but the most correct is the committee arrived at the decision after, because it has the article R or A, so it disqualifies at from being the correct answer. So the committee arrived on a decision after several hours discussion. Thank you. Could you go for number 13?
The friendship ended with the quarrel they had last month.
The friendship ended with the quarrel they had last month. Okay, thank you. That is correct. Number 14.
His latest book deals with the most difficult science theories.
That is very correct. Thank you. Next.
He applied to the company for a job.
He applied to. Yes, that is correct. Next.
His success started when he was introduced to the politician.
Okay, that is very correct. Thank you. 17.
The Prime Minister has left for the conference in Paris.
It is 4. Yes, that is correct. 18.
His savings were reduced to almost nothing by medical expenses.
That is a repetition. That is correct. Thank you. 19.
The colonel decided to communicate to the headquarters before retreating.
Okay, that is correct. Thank you. Next, number 20.
Have you found the solution to the problem?
Correct. Are you tired or we can go on?
Let's go on.
Okay, Elizabeth is here. Elizabeth, welcome back.
Thank you.
Sorry about your network. Okay, you are, as you settle. Shania, go on. I did not.
I did not know that the boy was related to you.
Thank you. Very correct. Elizabeth, can you go on with the teacher?
The teacher was angry with the student who came late.
That is correct. Thank you. 23, Shania.
His country was occupied by a foreign power.
Very correct. Thank you. Elizabeth, 24. Elizabeth.
Our teacher did not think the book suitable for senior students.
Could you pardon?
Our teacher did not think the book suitable for senior students.
Okay, that is correct. Thank you. Could you also go for number 25?
Yes, sure.
Now that he is old, he is very apt to forget.
Okay, that is correct. And the sentence, that question is from the teacher. Okay, Shania, number 26. Shania.
Yes, please.
Number 26.
He could not call himself a friend of a minister, but he was at least acquainted to him.
Okay, that is correct. Do you know what acquainted means?
Somehow.
No,
Okay. So acquainted, it is a personally known or familiar. So if you know someone, that is you are being acquainted. You are familiar with someone. Yeah. So I could not call himself a friend of a minister, but he was at least acquainted with to him. Acquainted
Teacher, excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
Can't acquainted also be used with?
That's
With,
what I was.
with.
That is what I was going to explain. Do you get acquainted with or acquainted to?
Well, some, okay, me, I know it can be used with both.
No, it only goes with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it is, he could not call himself a friend of a minister, but he was at least acquainted with him. So acquainted goes with
With.
the word, the preposition with. Thank you. Was that Elizabeth or it was Shania? Who gave the answer?
It was me, Shania.
Thank you. Elizabeth, number 27.
He has been absent from school for over a week.
He has been absent from school for over a week. That is correct. Thank you. Shania, the goalkeeper. Shania? Shania, are you on? Shania? Okay, Elizabeth, number 28, the goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper was ashamed of letting the goal through.
The goalkeeper was ashamed of, yes, that is correct. Number 29, Elizabeth.
He wrote his answer in ink.
Yes, that is a repetition. It is correct. Number 30, Elizabeth. Shania, I do not know. Your mic is off. Could you click on the mic and say in Elizabeth, number 30.
She was disqualified for the exam from she was disqualified from the examination because she cheated.
Yes, she was disqualified from the examination because she cheated. Okay, thank you. Shania, number 31. Shania, are you on?
Yes, she played in the school team last season.
Thank you. She played in. Thank you. Elizabeth, number 32.
The prisoners escaped from jail last night.
Very correct. They escaped from. Thank you. Then Shania.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, Elizabeth.
Excuse. What if you say the prisoners escaped out of jail? Is it correct?
So when you say out, yeah, number E, the prisoners escaped out of jail last week. No, you escaped from. You escape from, you don't escape.
Okay.
Shania, number 33.
The boy who got full marks was suspected of cheating.
Yes, that is correct. Suspected of. 34, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, number 34 and the last. Shania, could you take on number 34?
The teacher pointed out the students' tense mistakes.
Yes, that is correct. So I wish to thank you for that participation. There are so many questions here. If you wish to practice more, there are even more here. So I don't know, would you wish to get this?
Yes.
Let me see if I can.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I wish to end the lesson from here. I'm going to send this in the WhatsApp chat. Please look out for it. And I wish to pray and request you to forward to me the done assignment that we have just seen at the site. Is that okay?
Yes.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. So have a nice afternoon, my dears.
Same to you.
Thank you, teacher.
I'm going to send this work in the chat, in the WhatsApp chat. Please copy it and save it in your phone and keep practicing as much as you can. Bye.